other grounds.
The Chief Magistrate of Anti-Corruption Court, Joani Asiro, released the Busiki constituency Member of Parliament Paula Akamba on a cash bail of 13 million Ugandan shillings after meeting the required bail terms. He was however rearrested and driven away in a white drone with armed security personnel.
Na mumbere etyo musango kyo gusobola omugema gutyo gwe batasobola mukoba na ira muni yereta mwene embere eyo mu government twabanga we are not satisfied nga turukusaba government eteo amani kuba constituency tebere mwawongezera mubaka omubaka ko olumwene yeida yere
tutudde tulindira bakanyama betategeera bazze ne batuwa chance MP waffe ne bamusibula tufulume bamwekumidde ku mulyango ne bamukwata ne bamusuula mu motoka eno bamusika mutayi basuula bakola ki nga bagana tukuba amapisto ge babadde nako ekikolwa kino nga kikoledde ku mulembe gwa NRM.
The Uganda Law Society has condemned the manner in which Paula Akamba was rearrested.
The rearrest of Honorable Akamba is a violation of his constitutional rights. Most fundamentally, the violation of the right to personal liberty. But more importantly, it is an affront to rule of law, the Constitution, and constitutionalism. And every well-meaning Ugandan should be able to condemn this sort of acts. It is a reminder of the Black Mamba in 2006 and 2007. And as the Uganda Law Society want to condemn these acts in the strongest terms possible. Once a court has given a court order, it is important that the court order is respected. The security forces cannot rearrest a person who has just been given personal liberty. It's important that the Constitution is respected. It's also important that the independence of the judiciary is upheld.
Bernard Yowundo says such acts by security operatives portray a bad image of the rule of law in the country and interfere with the judiciary.
Erode public confidence in the judiciary. It means that when people look at these actions, they start to think that even a court order is not important. They start to think that even a court order will not be respected. Because if it's going to be respected, why do you rearrest him? And in court, outside the precincts of court, yeah, it means the sort of impression that you're putting forward is that the court orders are no longer respected, which is very detrimental to the culture of constitutionalism in this country.
Owundo emphasized that due process must be followed in rearresting suspects, particularly when pending charges are involved.
If he has another charge to answer, he should have been charged. You cannot wait for him in the precincts of the court premises after he has been given bail and you rearrest him. Clearly, anyone who says he has another charge to answer will just be an afterthought to try and clearly defend what happened. But for you to be able to rearrest someone who has just been granted bail in the precincts of the court premises and using AK-47 and using all manner of ammunition that we saw in the video, it's clearly a violation of his personal rights. But more importantly, as a country, we need to reflect on our constitution. We need to reflect on the preamble of our constitution. The preamble of our constitution reflects on our historical background. Some of these things that are happening, it's important that we don't go back to those days that people would just be picked up and then be able and be taken. So it is important we want to call upon the government, those who are prosecuting, those who are arresting, please ensure that due process of the law is followed. That is what is key. That's what is important.
This is not the first time plainclothes security operatives have rearrested suspects after being granted bail.
No, it's important that as much as possible, the Director of Public Prosecution, in bringing these cases, people should be arrested once investigations are complete. The argument of going to court and saying investigations are still pending, and while you have someone actually presumed innocent, you continue to violate his right to the presumption of innocence. So it's important, and it's good culture, that before someone is arrested, you have completed the investigations. You have completed the investigations. That is what that should be the culture of constitutionalism. Such acts of the plainclothes security forces and whatever the other security agents who participated in these acts should be condemned, and anyone who participated should also be investigated. In order for constitutionalism and for rule of law to thrive, it is important to let institutions work. Now, what we have seen with the video that was shown is that you're not letting the court carry on its constitutional duty, which has been given by the Constitution. The Constitution has clearly said that the independence of the judiciary must be respected, decisions of the courts must be respected. So the acts of the plainclothes security men in rearresting Honorable Akamba after the court has given him bail is a very is a violation of his right to personal liberty. And as Uganda Law Society, we continue to condemn these acts. And the courts, the Constitutional Court has, for example, in Uganda Law Society versus Attorney General, in Chiza Besigye versus Attorney General, been very clear that acts of rearresting citizens, especially when they have been granted bail, is not just an affront to constitutionalism, the Constitution and rule of law, but it also infringes on the rights of the citizens. As Uganda Law Society, we are going to continue to follow. As you know, Uganda Law Society before has gone to court on matters like this, and that was in 2006 and 2007 when you had the Black Mamba, and we will continue to follow what happens in terms of what is happening here. When it continues, we will decide as a society what course of action we should be able to take. I think right now it would not be good for me to speculate on what we shall do as a society if it reoccurs.
In the Anti-Corruption Court, members of Parliament Yusuf Mutembuli for Bunyole West, Paul Akamba for Buseki constituency, and Sisi Namuju are facing charges of corruption. Prosecution alleges that on 13th May 2024, at Hotel Africana in Kampala, the three legislators solicited undue advantage of 20% from the chairperson Uganda Human Rights Commission, Mariam Wangadia, in order to increase the commission's budget.
I assume that councils were given instructions